the last time I completed basically like the blocking of this leg with revision and that sort of stuff. Now I'm looking at it from a fresh eye. There's a few things I'm going to want to try. And I think I'm going to need to do a transpose master to play around with a few tools at the same time. Just want to try a few things here. We're going to mask the arms. Mind you that what I'm going to do is going to destroy the dynamic symmetry, but we're gonna kind of like reforce it after. I'm actually going to remove the perspective for this here. We're going to do something a little bit drastic, and I'm going to fix later. I just really want to test this now. We're going to reorient the leg a little bit. Okay, I think we're gonna try to roll with that. All right, so now that we did this, we should get rid of the other side. I didn't mirror and weld because I wanted to be able to reseparate them correctly. And now that I got this here, I can mirror and weld using my dynamic symmetry again in Gizmo. Wait. How did I lose the Gizmo? Oh yeah, right, when I did this. Okay. Okay, so undo, let's just select by poly groups. And now I got my gizmo here. That being said, remember I moved the leg, so if I do mirror and weld, it's not going to work correctly. First of all, it's I need to turn it 180 degree because it's not mirroring the right side. But you see also it's like not aligned with the leg anymore. So this is where like it's becoming like a bit like brute force, like I said. So I just need to like reorient the gizmo to kind of like be in the center again, and I'll do a mirror and weld just to make sure everything is just trying to make sure there's the least like loss of volume, I could say. Like this one seemed pretty good. Okay, so now we're back with like the gizmo at the right place. We're gonna duplicate and mirror again just to have the leg on the other side as well. And yep. All right. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it like that for the moment, the legs, and I'm going to jump on another part of the body, which would probably be the arms. So yeah. I remember last time I was not really happy with like this part of the leg here, but I kind of like I need to let it see it with the rest of the design actually. And we're not going to start placing like details like tubes and that sort of stuff, right? We're really just placing the main shapes at the moment. So a little reminder. Okay. All right. Nathan 3D, hello. Yes. All right. So actually gonna save right now under a new iteration. So this is going to be like a repetition of design. I don't think I'm going to be necessarily using like an array or something to duplicate them because I'm going to try to really just know what I need first. Because I know that it's not going to be symmetrical also. So anyways, I need to try a few things. That's what I'm trying to get at. And I'm already asking myself if okay. So we're going to keep this mesh. We're going to inflate it. There we go. Okay. I'm actually going to use this to the sculpt. I'm already thinking that the lines here probably should go like diagonally like this. I'm going to start by simply kind of getting any shape that I can. And for the back, we're gonna wing it. Not sure if I'm gonna go for like symmetry on the shoulder pad necessarily. So we're just gonna push in anything we don't want for the moment. We're gonna be working on pretty much like one or two angles. So we're not going to see really the thing that's under. Just doing that for the moment is fine. Or crack or dam standard, really good to kind of like fake those separation in the mesh. Hello everyone. Happy New Year. Yeah, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well. So before even working on like the negative space in between the plates, I'm going to just like figure out like what's the shape I want it to give. And I'll tell you, doing like hard surface work, but not focusing on your shapes and all that stuff beforehand, it's a big mistake. You really have to figure out like an interesting shape for your stuff, and working organically like that, kind of like figuring out the shape you want to give in an organic way, is going to help you to not fall in that trap. This is just me adding a plate like here. Hey, how's it going? The magic of Dynamesh. Yeah, well, we're gonna at some point need Dynamesh. For the moment, not using it since it's not even like a closed mesh. It's an open mesh, but eventually it's going to be needed. Like I did use it for the leg here because I transformed it a lot, but for the moment, the amount of resolution on these plates is not really bothering me. So yeah. All right. So now we're starting to get the feel for the armor here. I want to test something, see if like the forearm part can be slicker. That's slicker, slimmer, sorry. Because that's the thing, eh? If you look at my visual reference, my visual language for shapes, technically like the upper plates are also the bigger ones. That's what I did on the leg here. The upper plates are bigger and just like wider in a sense, right? And right now what I'm doing here is that the plates here that are going to be mini, right? Like eventually it's going to be mini plates like that. It's larger than the shoulder pads here. So I kind of like inverted the shape difference. Let's just call it that. So I'm going to just like split it into two sections for the moment with poly groups. So I can easily mask them. There we go. A little sick, but otherwise hope you're doing well too. I am not bad. Hey, this design is so cool. What kind of insect is that based off? It's called a, well, it's in the family of trilobites. Trilobites. I don't know how to pronounce it, really. I think it's trilobites. Hey Marco, hope you're doing well. Your last stream of this character shows unavailable on YouTube. It says unavailable is... Did you do that intentionally? No. Does can somebody else check if they have the same problem? Part 2 is not even released. Oh, it's there, but it's hidden. Oh, yes, it's coming out tomorrow on YouTube. That's why. Thanks for pointing out anyway. But when you look at the layer with the before after, it's starting to be more the size comparison that I was looking for. We're still gonna need to work a little bit on it. At this point, I think I'm going to start kind of like defining the shape of the smaller plates. So the lines are just to kind of like remind myself of the detail frequency, detail separation, the frequency of separation for these plates. I'm going to continue here to work on the general shape of things. The forearm plates in a direction opposite to the concept. In this case, do you use the concept to solve most of the problem, but do you have the freedom to change something to fit better? Yeah, well, I talked about that in the other parts. Basically, the concept here was just me drawing an image to kind of like show you what I'm going for. I normally, well, normally, I mean, I use concept for myself. In that case, I had already an idea in my head of like what I wanted to do. It's just I wanted to show it on drawing what I'm like heading for. This concept here can be changed, absolutely. I'm not trying to mimic this concept at all. I'm just trying to get the essence of it at the very least. Now I'm going to just kind of like propose what's the layering, as in what plate goes over what. I'm gonna add this to the equation. So I worked on the shape of the arm, then I focused on the like the general shape, as in like if there was not even plates, then I kind of like drawn my plates. Now I'm just defining their like levels, their layers levels, like which one's on top of which. This is kind of like what I'm doing right now. Okay, so you see I kind of like have like layers now. Let's reinforce this one. I wonder if I should have invert them. I added a layer. I'm gonna try inverting them instead. So now I have like 2 iterations, one that it's under, one that it's above. So I think I'll go with that. See, we're going in an even bigger difference from the initial concept with this. Which is all good. NeoZcon, hello, what's up? Do companies even outsource work on main character models? Yeah. We did a bunch of them. You can check at the bottom of the screen in the links. You can go check our website, Chaos Masons. See, there's a good couple of projects that we work on the main characters. You know, I'm gonna subdivide the mesh a little bit because it was starting to get a little bit hard to see what I was doing. Hey, there's a raid. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Hey, hey, hey. Yuri Shust, thank you for the raid. That's much appreciated. Thank you so much. Well, I appreciate that. Thanks for the compliment. That's really nice. You guys should go give a little follow to our friend right there who did the raid. And thanks for the sub. My God. NeoZ, you're asking, can I ask you which program do you use to make real-time hair cards? I don't really do real-time hair cards, so I'm not in much authority to answer. Sorry, so we're starting to get a lot of the shapes and like mid-level shapes, let's call them that. So now I can start to really like tweak the design for how it's supposed to look like. I'm gonna apply the topological option to my brush just because I'm trying to work in between the plates right now and it's kind of like interfering with each other now. And so right now what I'm focusing on is like the line flow of each of these lines. I already know that there's going to be like an edge here. I want to add this kind of like sci-fi diagonal. It's like the best best way I can describe it. It's to break a line into a diagonal. It's very sci-fi. Instantly we traveled into the future with that simple diagonal. it was pre-existing on the top of the shape here. I just didn't get to it, but yeah. So I didn't work on the back of the arm yet, but you know, I think I would want to make sure that the front is really what I'm looking for before going and doing the back. You see, this is already like much an upgrade with the diagonals and working on the silhouette here. I'm gonna save. Yeah, by the way, I'm just gonna load a little something here because just letting you know what I'm like going for. Mantis, do I have? Is this it? Okay, so you see, like this one is even less far in terms of design, but basically I'm just working on the like blockings like that. I have also the spider is a good example of like an even more advanced blocking because there's more of like the details and that sort of stuff here. But basically that's like the level of detail I'm going for. Uh, Once again, the reason why I'm doing that is because I've shown a lot of my streams where I start from not from scratch. I start from this blocking here, and now I'm showing the blocking part, right? But this is where I'm heading in terms of the level of details. Once I have the arms are there, probably I'm going to start adding color to differentiate and color code. So what I'm doing right now is I'm adding the kind of like the apexes of the curves, like because this is going to be more of a curve shape, right? Like you see, like this here, it's more obvious the curve I'm going for, and so like we're gonna keep the curve, but there's going to be kind of like an apex to the curve. Not an apex, but well, yeah, no, an apex to the curve. What I'm trying to say is see it as like, oh, this is going to be kind of like the like a pinch in the curve, maybe I could say. And having this pinch helps me to know if all the planes are aligned correctly. Just so to not have like a weird curving somewhere in the plates. Here it's pretty obvious, the apex of that curve here. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep it cubic like that. I might like round this off. I very well might round this off actually. You know what? I'm talking about that right now. It makes me want to go ahead and try it now. So I'm just cutting the edge with trim dynamic. So you can see how this plate here is much rounder than the one on the right here, but it still takes in consideration that there's kind of like a curve in the circle here. Sorry, a corner in the circle. Like a very soft one for sure. And large. But it's there. Yeah. And it's better. So we're gonna duplicate that. Mirror it on the other side. Get rid of this one. So there we go. That's more of the curves I was going for. I don't know why it took me this long to remove it, but anyways, so like as much as I'm putting an apex, let's say, a corner on this relatively round shape, it's really just to make sure I'm okay with the general shape of this before I round it. I find it's easier to see things more angularly before before curving them. Like, I'm having difficulty with this part right there. If you're, may I ask for an advice when you think is the right moment to stop and maybe compare work to concept, do paint overs, etc., before refining and polishing? Well, you see, I'm not even done with like the shapes and that sort of stuff, right? So for me, once the general shapes are going to be there, which we're slowly getting there, I'm since I'm going to have like accomplished like the entire shapes and all. Well, actually, you know what? I'm missing a few like plates near the ribs and stuff, plus the tubes. But once this is done, like I'll probably start like poly painting just to get really my separations correctly. Um, at this point, probably when it's going to be time to go in even finer details of like how to separate things and whatnot, I might give myself. I might actually take a little screenshot and start to paint a little bit over. Yeah. Oh boy. I had a dynamic symmetry on for a little while, so I needed to revert back a little bit. Like right now, I'm having a bit of a fixation on something. It's not the most productive, but I'll entertain it a little bit more. Hey, thank you for the sub. Oh, coffee time. There we go. Dink. Yeah, there you go. That was the issue. All right, so for me, right now in my head, this whole section has been resolved in terms of like the shape I'm going to be going for, and how like the shape changed, but how the plates also aligned themselves at the same time, which was that was my fixation. I was not able to resolve it in my head. Now it's done. There we go. the next plate is very like transitionary. So it might have like a particular shape, let's just call it. I'm trying to align it with the rest of the planes. I'm defining the planes here, like their angle orientations, that sort of stuff. So this same kind of like pinch here, we're gonna try to bring it up here. Once again, this is all going to be circular, right? It's just trying to make sure that like even everything that would be a, like a curve will align at the end. Because now we're defining the planes and all the planes, even like the in-between planes and that sort of stuff. We're trying to really make sense of like all the aspects of these plates when they're working with each other. There's a possibility that those shoulder pads there are going to be symmetrical from this view. We'll see. It's really yeah, like for example, the if you look at this shape here, I'm basically like, you know, like this like bump here. Well, this is this here. So if you look at this shape, it's basically the shape of these things plus the middle detail, the middle shape. Let's say like this um, bump here. Well, it's basically what I'm trying to mimic here. So in terms of like, what am I looking in my reference and that sort of stuff? Just trying to give you a little the demo or explanation on what am I looking at really. I'm looking at the silhouette here, trying to get the lines to kind of like harmonize between each other. Good morning to you too. Giving a profile to the plate so it's not just like plainly round like that, right? So chances are I'm going to keep the maybe this cavity here and the rest we're going to round off. So I'm going to go for the rounding of the things right now. If I just take trim dynamic and I do this, I'm going to lose the edges, but I can always just like draw them again. So trim dynamic, I'm cutting the edge so it goes back to being a round shape. I'm going to cut these also to go get back to a round shape. And I'm going to use just this normal round brush to kind of like just give a curve on the top here. Oops. All right, so this layer is the rounding of stuff. Yeah, there we go. I could even add like an extra level change here that kind of like echo this shape here. There we go. Just making sure that these groups of planes are on the same curve in this angle. All right. Okay, feels like most of what I was trying to achieve in terms of the shape of the arms is there. I got the rounding right there. All right. Oh, Naked Buddha. Oh yeah, yeah. Coffee time, of course. Good morning, Naswork. Thank you. Ooh, new Insectoid. Let's go. Yeah. Not bad on you. 2D concept yours as well. Yes, I drew this little thing here to show a bit of what I'm trying to achieve. Yeah, trim dynamic is pretty good at just curving stuff. H polish will kind of like insist on the plane, where like trim dynamic will really cut the corner and make like a round plane. Anyways, all right. So what I like about what I did overall is that I have a like from the drawing, it's I have some kind of like a shape for the plates. They're more like an idea of shape dynamic, let's call it that. And but I didn't really define the shape of the arm. It's just more like, oh, there's a plate there, and that's the frequency of the plates. Whereas, like in the 3D, now what I've worked on is really making sure that the profile of each of the plates, the planes, the plane flow as well is more defined, right? So now I have a way better idea of the actual shape for this guy. And yeah, and overall, it's yeah, I'd say I'm happy with the I'd say I'm happy with the results. I can. It's been a while. I looked at the uh, very large silhouette of everything, so I can maybe like see if there's anything I can accentuate. All right, cool. You started a new gig as a character artist at a new Montreal studio. All right, rock on. To my delight, I entered a platform and I come across the master. The master. Thank you. Happy start of a new year to all you viewers too. Yeah, cool. Absolutely. Okay, so now from the design, we have mostly everything. There's just a little bit of like plates here around the ribs and the hips that I wanted to add. And once that these are added, pretty much all the major shapes are there. Shapes and well, mid shapes, I would say. Okay. So to make these shapes, I'm going to start from this here. I'm going to give them a thickness. Then I'm going to do polish by group just to remove the jagginess. So now I have like this piece here. Oops. Weld and a loop again. This is well kept on a layer just to make sure that I can see the before after because I am not 100% certain of that shape. like the shape at the back, but okay, we're gonna go with that shape, but I'm going to try something else too. I'm going to put it more in this direction here, like that. I think like this is better, but we're gonna keep the layer in case. Now for the little ribs part. We're gonna need to go over the torso area at some point. Right, for the little ribs part. I think I'm gonna start from a curved tube. So I'll just start by having just an object. And I'm gonna cut it like that, like a capsule shape. Like seen from the top, like this. Huh? Around it a little bit. Maybe it's a bit thin. Actually, you know what? I'll just make it thicker. Right off the bat, I'm going to duplicate one. Eventually, I'm going to focus so that they really look like those small legs here. We're going to go for the rib cage look. But like I'm wondering, that's the thing I'm wondering, should I be placing them in this? So this is like an option for the legs. So they're kind of like suggesting rib cage at the same time. Or I can try in this angle. I think already this one's better. Let's try and make this one fit. I can also go and like make some space by reducing the size of the torso, allowing more negative space. Yeah, that's kind of working. Okay, I'm gonna commit to that shape here. All right, so all right, so I still see a good couple of things to fix, but it's been more than 2 hours now, and also like I normally I would take a break here, but we're good. I mean, we've tackled the arms, the legs here. I mean, it's getting there. It's getting there. Like I said, I'm going to try to get to like this level of detail for the blocking, which is not like a crazy amount, but with the colors and everything, you get a pretty good idea of like what needs to be done, which I'm showing on my other streams when I'm polishing this character. So yeah, we're gonna try to get there. We're getting there pretty quickly. I mean, probably the next stream, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna try to well, I'm gonna revisit the shapes and everything now that I got everything. Probably gonna start to add those like tube things. That's all over the character. Add the poly paint. Maybe do a little paint over in Photoshop just to make sure I like everything. A little detail pass. Like I'm thinking that like right now it's the third stream that I'm doing on this character. So I'm like 6 hours in. I'm thinking that I might be done on the next one for like a little 8 hour. We'll see. I might need like an extra stream if I want to be picky and that sort of stuff. We're gonna see about that, but it's like it's pretty good so far. I'm liking it. Yep. Yep. All right. Well, yep. Like I said, this is pretty much it. Thanks for everybody for coming. Oh wait, there's a question. Do you have a YouTube channel for all your previous streams? Yep. Just go at the bottom of the screen. There's you'll find the YouTube channel for that. We got a playlist and all that good stuff. Yeah, so there we go. Thanks for joining once again. I'll try to be there next Tuesday to continue this. And yeah, thanks for coming. I'll see you next week.